We talked about it on Monday. Trump has a big issue. His base is not really buying his excuses about Jeffrey Epstein. And not much has changed. And in fact, there's been a double and really triple, maybe even quadruple down. Trump is getting more and more upset and testy in interviews when he's being asked about this.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey
Here he is being
Epstein?
asked directly if he is on the list on the White House lawn. Right? Freaking.
Oh my God, they actually asked him.
Here.
The Attorney General briefed you on the DOJ and FBI review, the findings of that review. The Attorney General briefed you on that.
On what? On the
DOJ and FBI
on what?
review.
On what subject?
Oh, what subject do you think?
The one that everybody's talking about?
I don't really know what you're talking about. It's
There's
just,
something way off going on here. Unless, here's what the most MAGA brain person will say.
Okay.
Here's the 5D chess move. Play it like he's on the list. Get everyone all riled up, knowing he's not on the list at all. Drop it, and then be like, see, what are you guys all tripping about?
Okay. Yeah.
5D chess.
I've been seeing that. They've been saying trust the process.
Oh yeah, that's what Jeff used to tell his clients. Are you sure this is okay?
Just trust the process. On what?
She looks pretty young.
DOJ and FBI
On what? On what subject?
Epstein. On Epstein. Of the review.
Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm hearing this for the first time.
Wow. She just died.
Very quick briefing.
Did she tell you, what did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the file?
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama.
They were made up.
They were made up by the Biden information. We went through years of that.
Bro.
With the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it. But she's handled it very well.
Definitely.
Dude,
that's what everybody's saying.
Trump is turning me into a conspiracy theorist. This is like bananas.
Yeah.
She should release,
On Texas, how many more seats do you want the Republicans?
Bro, you're blowing it.
On here. Yeah, but that was
follow-up?
again. That was not a particularly great answer.
The problem is that he was running on this topic.
Yeah,
Like,
again, we showed it all on Monday, but numerous clips of him saying that he would release the files, and again, his attorney general back in February said that the list was sitting on her desk. So people, understandably, are having a hard time swallowing this new switched up narrative here.
I mean, either way you cut it, it's not good. Either they lied about having it, which is weird.
It's very
or
weird.
Even worse, they're protecting somebody.
This point right now where it's like, oh, the Democrats created the files, that doesn't make sense at all.
No, that, and also it's a direct attack against a huge part of his base who's like been super actually like, oh, you fell for a liberal scam that I don't believe in. I never did. It's time to move on.
Right.
Huh?
So here's another clip because the story's not going away and he keeps getting asked about it. And I feel like this one in particular, you guys are really going to enjoy.
President, I know you've urged people to move on, but I'm curious, why do you think your supporters in particular have been so interested in the Epstein story and so upset about how it's been handled?
I don't understand it. Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time.
Why do they care? He's been dead.
In terms of life.
Okay. That line right there.
Time to move on.
Blew my socks off. He's never been a big factor in terms of life.
What does that mean? Every video of him on a tarmac is great. Every video I've seen of him on a tarmac is amazing.
Dude, he is so guilty.
He was never a big factor in terms of life.
It was super easy to kill him, let me tell you. Like, what is the
1 minute,
implication
all we needed.
Never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest or what the fascination is. I really don't. And the credible information's been given. Don't forget, we went through years of the Mueller witch hunt and all of the different things, the Steele dossier, which was all fake.
So this is what I don't get. Well, I kind of get, but he keeps bringing up all of these supposedly fake accusations against him. Like with the Steele dossier and all that. That was the supposed memo from the former intelligence officer.
Golden showers.
Right. That the implication that there was some sort of P-tape of him that was taken in Russia or whatever.
I still kind of believe that.
I'm believing it more and more.
I kind of believe that
now because of all of this. But my point being is that he keeps comparing the Epstein things to what he considers past hoax where he's been falsely accused of things. So isn't the implication, like, isn't he tacitly admitting that there is something about him in these documents?
I see your point.
Right?
Yes.
Hear it again.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because it's every time now. He keeps bringing these up, and it's like, we've gone through this before where, you know, they made up all these things or whatever. And it's
Let me hear.
And the credible information's been given. Don't forget, we went through years of the Mueller witch hunt and all of the different things, the Steele dossier, which was all fake. All that information was fake. But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff.
Maybe his insinuation is that.
If it's boring, release it.
What? I think it's awesome. I mean,
Show us what's so boring.
Yeah, it's definitely very boring.
Let us get bored.
The insinuation is that it's being used as a witch hunt against him, and
Yeah, but you're in charge. You're the president.
It's dumb.
The obvious answer is if you have nothing to hide, just release it, right? Like,
Yes.
right?
Well, I
It seems
think
pretty
he's going to be
straightforward.
forced to at
And,
this point, so it's going to get pretty interesting.
Yeah.
The most confusing thing is why did he promise it at all? Why did he?
Right.
Why did he get his fans to believe he's gonna release it and then change his mind? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because he thought it could help him in the present and that he wouldn't have to actually deliver on it because he usually doesn't.
But is it possible that he saw something in there he didn't expect to see?
Yeah, I mean, it could even just, I mean...
Because he had access to it already, though.
Right, you'd think that he would
not
already know
new.
all of this. I mean, there could be something in there... Let's just, hypothetically, maybe there is something in there that is... his name came up or something, or his name was like involved, but not necessarily in like a hard evidence kind of way, but just because his name is in there at all, it could look bad, so they don't want to release it. I'm giving him a huge benefit of the doubt here. To be clear, I think he's probably pretty guilty.
Well, and again, going back to what Elon said, the whole way that it's all kind of coming together.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, there's been a few other updates with the internal division that's been happening over this. We talked on Monday about the deputy FBI director, Dan Bongino, that weird ass dude.
Podcaster.
Yeah, former podcaster who now is the deputy FBI director. He apparently didn't.
Natural, like you do.
He apparently got into a screaming match with Pam Bondi, is what it's being reported. Didn't show up for work at the end of last week. And so some people are wondering, like, is he could be the one to go rogue and just spill the beans on all of this or something? Because he's one of these people that was talking about the Epstein thing for years. And it is possible that some of these people are sincere in wanting to get to the bottom of this, even if it means Donald Trump is implicated. And so I don't know. I feel like that's probably how this is going to... I don't think Trump is going to release it. Like, I think that's pretty clear at this point that, like, something is in there he does not want made public because of how desperate he seems to be to downplay it. So, at this point, I think it's probably somebody going rogue and leaking it. I think that's what's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. But we paused it right before the best part of this clip. Let me back it up a little bit and let him finish.
But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say let them have it.
So he's saying the only people who care about this
is very specific carve out.
Right.
Yeah, if it's credible. Right. So it sounds like
Decided by who?
So right. And so what if you're reading between the lines a little bit here, I feel like he was probably told that there's some stuff in there about him, but that it's not necessarily credible, but like in the totality of the case, you know, when they're investigating this stuff, they probably get all kinds of reports and stuff. And maybe it's of varying credibility. And maybe there are some accusations against Trump in there that may or may not be credible that he doesn't want out there. I mean, it sure, like you said, him making that specific carve out over and over again feels
very
like
obvious.
a hint at what's going on
He's
here.
being so unslick. He's usually slicker than this. But
That's because I think he's panicking.
It's very weird.
He just put himself in the corner.
Now, are you ready to have your minds blown?
I just wanted to say one more thing. I feel like even within people who voted for him, if you ask them, like, do you guys think he's on the list? Most people will say yes. I think people expect him to be on the list. It's
Trump
not even
supporters
like.
don't think he's on the list.
I think it's not
that
even.
might be changing.
I think that might be changing now, but I think they were all coping hard that.
Especially with Elon.
I don't know.
What you said, saying that he was on the list.
Yeah, that's what really makes me think like, okay.
Because I
He's
saw.
fucking good on that.
I saw, like, when people talk about it on the internet, I've seen already people say, like, we already thought it would be there, but they still thought it would release it. Because there's still many other names that you would get, even if he was on there.
I don't think MAGA's there yet, but they will be soon at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he has a Joe Rogan problem, just like Philly D suggested. Anyways, there's a detail about this video that you need to know about that is going to blow your mind. This gentleman right here, who you may have noticed chuckling.
Yeah, he
when
was.
had been
I was going to
said-
say, fake laugh. That's the fakest laugh I've ever seen.
Next to
I
Anissa.
think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that. But credible information.
So
That
that's
laugh was such a
yeah.
so meaningful.
Well, you're about to know why. That's Howard Lutnick. He is the current Secretary of the Commerce, and Howard Lutnick.
Jew.
He does. I do think he's
Harley.
Yeah.
What the hell was that, dude?
Harley calls it out like he sees it, man.
He was a very prominent figure in the financial world and has been part of Trump's inner circle for years, and also for a long time was next door neighbors to Jeffrey Epstein. Literally, and I'm not saying like they lived near each other. Well, their houses abutted up to each other. They were next door neighbors.
So why would he laugh though? Because the laugh is almost like he's laughing at Trump being so silly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's less about the fact that he's laughing and more about like these guys were all so like this guy, Bill Barr, and Bill Barr's Bill Barr's father gave Jeffrey Epstein his start. And
is he the investment guy that taught him everything or whatever?
No, that's Lex whatever. Not Lex Luthor. No, he was the guy. Bill Barr's dad was the guy who he worked at a college in the Midwest, and he hired Jeffrey Epstein to be a teacher, even though he had no background or credentials in teaching whatsoever. So all these people have been tied to each other for literally decades, like 30 plus years. And
that
everybody
doesn't explain the laugh.
You're focusing too much on the laugh.
I thought that's what we were talking about.
No, it's the fact that the guy standing there with Trump denying this is yet another some close associate of Jeffrey Epstein.
Hold on. Just to be fair, living next to somebody or near somebody doesn't mean they're close.
That's true.
In my neighborhood, I don't know any of our neighbors.
That's true. Me neither. I don't talk to anybody.
Like that's just,
I take my trash cans out at night, so I don't even run into anybody.
It's not that common these days where you're like.
Okay, so how about this? Notably,
especially to these two types of guys. Go ahead.
Notably, real estate records indicate that Epstein was involved in transactions related to Lutnick's property before Lutnick purchased it in 1998. According to Newsweek, Epstein was listed as the trustee of the building. So basically, he sold Lutnick that place.
See, we're talking
at the same time. If you buy a house from someone, it doesn't mean that you know anything about them.
Okay,
either.
that's fair.
I never met them.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that. I'm not making an accusation that Howard Lutnick is.
I think he's Q.
Q?
Ludnick or whatever his name is. Yeah, he's Q. He's trying to tell us.
Oh, he's that Q.
He's Q. And
for some reason, my mind went to Q from James Bond. I have no idea why. I was like, what? He makes like little gadgets?
He's QAnon.
No,
I thought you said cute like the last.
I was gonna say he's not cute. He's Jew, man.
Like that.
Yeah, I thought you were saying he's cute.
Wait, go back to the laugh, Dan, because you'll see what
He's not so
saying.
bad.
He's laughing at the.
He's laughing at the absurdity.
No, I don't think so.
Something like that.
He can't help himself.
Yeah, no, I think you're right that is kind of like
If he was trying to cover up this Epstein list, he wouldn't be laughing.
Yeah, he wouldn't be laughing.
He'd be dead serious.
Yeah.
He's like, he couldn't help himself. He's like, this guy's a lunatic.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it. But hey,
I guess my wider
what
point,
do I know?
My wider point is that all of these maybe not all, but a lot of the MAGA people, the people that were into the QAnon stuff, or even if they weren't into QAnon, like thought the Pizzagate stuff had some validity to it, and there's been this kind of overarching narrative within that world that the country is run by a set of elites that are all pedophiles and prey on children, and that Donald Trump is the guy who is going to, bring the truth to the people, drain the swamp.
What I'm saying is that I think a lot of his supporters are not that dumb. Like, they saw the photos of him with Epstein. They know that he's possibly on the list. They still thought he would release it.
The cope is that
Yes.
The cope is that they had a falling out before.
Yeah, the main cope with that I've seen is that Donald Trump, and I think that this is true.
It is true.
He banned Epstein from his club. He banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago, and that's their evidence that and their kind of narrative with that, even though this wasn't the given reason at the time, but I guess they filled in the blanks here, is that Trump found out about what he was up to.
He got really lucky
distanced
with
himself.
that.
Okay, interesting.
Allegedly, they had a falling out over a business.
Yeah, exactly. That the slightly more grounded in reality, the explanation is that they had a business. They got into a bidding war over a property or something, and that's what led to their friendship falling apart. Which makes way more sense for Trump turning on somebody.
And he seems petty enough to ban him from everything.
Yes, exactly. So
but he got real lucky with that one.
But yes, that's the explanation I've seen over the years for how people can just deny the blatant reality that they were dogs and that.
Yeah, because they have so many photos together, like
videos together, and partying.
Yeah.
You underestimate
with young women. It couldn't get any worse, really. Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
So that's right, and then. Last and certainly not least, this was this morning, right? Yeah, at 6:43 a.m. Pacific time, we got a new Truth Social, and as soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, the last one was a disaster. It was the first time that he got ratioed on his own social media platform ever. Maybe he'll try a new tactic with this one. So let's.
By the way,
see.
just by optics, this reminds me of when you have one psycho friend and you get, for every little thing, you get a essay text. Have you guys experienced that?
Yeah, for sure.
This is what that's giving.
Okay, so here's Donald Trump this morning. The radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again. Okay, again, just like the last one, he right out of the gate, they hit pay dirt. That sounds like
he's saying zoom a bit.
Yeah.
Make it bigger?
Yeah.
Sure. Does that not sound like he's saying they hit something? They got something going here.
They struck gold.
They struck gold. That's what that means.
That's what
they hit pay dirt.
I think he just means bribe. He's just trying to frame them like they're trying to bribe him. I mean, he wouldn't admit that they have something.
But I think you're right. But I think he's so stupid that it's with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier. See, again, bringing this up. That he keeps bringing this up. The lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell.
He's trying to frame it. He's trying to frame it as a conflict between blue and red people.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
He's trying to re-engineer the conversation to make it seem like this is a Democrat.
This is
but
all
it's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just that's impossible because they're the ones that have been talking about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is their passion project.
And as we'll see when we get to the bottom, we'll look at the replies. And once again, the MAGA world is not really on board with this one. The laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. I have to admit, I don't even. I mean, I remember the Hunter Biden laptop stuff, but I don't know what that means.
I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. And even the Russia scam itself, a totally fake and made up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, and no good at picking winning candidates. That part's probably true.
I mean, all that's all true.
Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. That's so
not true.
That's very much the opposite.
Yeah.
That is very much the opposite of reality. Their new scam is what we will forever call the
calling it the
Jeffrey Epstein hoax.
Dude,
bruh.
Somebody, dude, there's way too many crazy people who are like dedicated to this Epstein files thing that are going to be set off.
Wow.
There's going to be like hordes of insanely unhinged gun-wielding freaks that are pissed.
Yeah, and the good old boys. Well, those are his people, you know, his gals, his guys and gals. Is that what he said? What's up?
I just want you to read
He said,
everything.
like, guys, and in some cases, gals.
They haven't learned their lesson. Blah blah blah. Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters will have
Past with all
my
caps.
past supporters will have bought into this bullshit, hook, line, and sinker. Anyways, I've bought into this bullshit, hook, line, and sinker. We can hear you guys talking about your watch.
This is a live watch.
Like we're hearing you.
Oh, that's the one you got the need.
You just mute him. We don't really need them. It's fine. I love that. Hila and I will finish out the episode.
Let's go.
Let's go. So they haven't learned their lesson.
This is the one.
And probably never will, even when being caught by the lunatic left for 8 long years. I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history. And all these people want to talk about, with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Dems, is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Twice we're calling it a hoax in this.
Wow.
Let the weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. He's calling, like, he's saying you're a loser, you're a weakling.
You're a weakling.
Yeah. If you give a shit about this, you suck ass.
Oh
You're
my
fucking
God, he's out of his mind.
This is insane.
Yeah, of course.
You don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore. He's throwing a tantrum. Saying, get the fuck out of here if you give a shit about Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean, he doesn't need to win another election.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. Okay, so yeah.
This is basically him saying, I fucked kids. In a lot of words.
Yeah, if we just kind of scroll down, don't even have to dig really. Top reply, so prove it was a hoax instead of blasting your past supporters because it isn't helping your midterm chances.
Exactly.
Why is the Epstein case so important to the MAGA movement? It's why Trump won the 2016. He promised to rip off the mass of the global elite and drain their filthy swamp. The GOP betrays that mission again. At least a third of their base walks, and they will lose 2026 guaranteed.
This is what we're talking about.
This is, and this again.
It's what he ran on.
This is his people.
The height.
This is a guy who literally, as their banner, have the picture of him with his fist raised after his assassination attempt. These are people that fucking love Donald Trump.
When you go back,
and they are not buying it.
They're saying you ran on this shit that you're not the elite, and you're gonna show us, you know?
Why is Epstein case so important to MAGA? It's why Trump won in 2016. He promised to rip the mask off the globalists and drain the swamp. If the GOP betrays that mission again, at least a third of the base walks. Let's hope that's true.
Pissed off that MAGA does not buy into your temper tantrum. Like this is, again, these are all verified accounts on his personal social media site. These are all people with profile pictures with him in it. Like, these are his people.
These are like our paying members.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
These are not the haters that are giving this feedback.
It's still coping though. A lot of it's still like bad messaging, not like
there's some
what
of
have
that,
you done?
And there's a lot of with all due respect. But the fact that he's getting pushback at all is still a change. Like that is.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
This is different. It definitely does feel different this time.
The biggest load that we've seen.
Moving on, this is kind of the last thing, but it's very interesting. So, the Democrats, in possibly a first, no, I'm just kidding, but they seem to finally be waking up to the fact that they need to play ball with this. They need to play dirty with this, and they need to press him on this.
It's not even dirty. It's just like let's
go.
Yeah, but like hold them to account. And
100%.
Fuck the decorum shit and fuck all of that. Get these people on record defending this shit. And so yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, in 2 separate occasions, the Democrats did procedural maneuvers in Congress to try and add language to a bill that they're trying to pass through Congress that would release the Epstein files.
Let's go. And guess what?
The vote, it didn't work because the Democrats don't have the majority, and the vote was along party lines. Every Republican voted against releasing the Epstein files. Twice. They got them on the record twice voting not to release it. So here's the first time.
Wow.
And
what's the cope on that?
The cope is to be pissed. Like, there isn't cope. At least from what I'm seeing. People, again, like, this is kind of unlike any scandal he's had. Like, where I've never seen his diehard people this upset with him.
What are the officials saying? What is their justification?
Here's her here.
This old
Senator Fernandez, aye. Madam Chair?
No.
Madam Chair, no.
This is them taking the vote. And then
The clerk will report the total.
5 yeas, 7 nays.
The noes have it. The amendment is not agreed to. And I think most of us believe what's appropriate will be released when it is time for the president to release it.
Thank you. Fuck?
Yeah, I'm sure you do believe that. I'm sure you believe that.
Man, this woman's way too fucking old. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not ageist, but when it comes to political office, I am. I am ageist.
Yeah, no,
she is too old. Get her out of there. I want someone who's young and
She
has
is,
a whole life in front. Stop being greedy, man. Lady, you had your time.
She's 82.
I was going to guess 114, like the marathon guy.
I'm being so serious. These old people holding on to these positions, it's greedy.
Incredibly greedy. Incredibly selfish.
You got to
I
pass
agree.
the baton. We got a whole fucking generation coming up. It's their turn. You've had your turn, man. Just go die with some dignity.
I agree. And in this case, she's a Republican, but the Democrats are very guilty of this too. And in fact,
that's true.
Even
more.
Worse. I think they're actually worse.
I mean, never forget Ruth Ginsburg, who absolutely fucked the entire country over because of her insanely pathetic obsession with serving.
Yeah, it's just pride and vanity or
Complete.
something.
Also, like, they should focus more on, like, building up whoever the next person is going to be.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Absolutely. So that happened. And then later in the day, Hakeem Jeffries
Let's vote the yeas or
went ahead and did a similar thing. And that first one was just in a committee, so it was a small vote. This was on the floor. And so it's a little confusing here, just to explain. A vote yes in this case is no. That's to no to releasing it. Basically, they're voting on whether or not to dismiss this amendment and move on.
Okay.
And so Republicans, 211 yeses, 9 no votes. Democrat, 210 no's, 2 no votes. People just probably aren't there for the most part. So by one vote.
That is crazy.
So the Democrats or the Republicans again blocking the release of the files.
So their story is like, hey, this is highly classified stuff. We'll release it when it's ready. No rush.
Oh yeah, I saw some stupid shit. Like some people who are trying to cope with it, saying like, "What, you want them to release like child porn?"
Yeah, that was
like,
Tim Pool's.
No, dumbass.
Yeah, that was the.
Nobody is asking for child porn.
Images, bro. What are you looking for? No, I don't want images of that shit. No.
No. Here, I'm pulling that up right now.
That was crazy.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just obvious.
Oh, let me guess. You want the Epstein files released? Pedophile?
Yeah, basically.
All of it.
The fuck?
All of it.
Meanwhile, wasn't Giuliani who said he made copies of all the shit on Hunter Biden's laptop? He said some wild shit, like he copied everything himself.
Right. Yes. Which, if you take him at his word for what's in there, was probably not a great thing to say. But
decaf.
Did he delete it or something? Because actually, I'm looking at Tim Pool's feed right now, and he I don't want to say he's fully turning on Trump, but he is not happy about it.
Really? I've been seeing him running some pretty foul defense.
Some, the Doc 9B.
No, here he posted a picture of the Trump post that we just went through, and said Trump is trying to nuke his base.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you're right.
That's not a criticism. It's just an observation.
Right. I guess that's true. I mean, in this case, he is right. That it is nuking the base.
Maybe this is a great moment for America because he's been so far the most divisive person, and now I feel like people can unite.
Well, by that same,
True.
I'm glad you said that, Hila, because look at this. Here's a poll that just came out. Only 17% of voters say they approve of the way that Trump is handling the Epstein files. So you're right.
That's very low.
Unbelievably,
That's a very low number.
that is a very low number, and in a
Very low.
unbelievably polarized political environment here in the United States, for that many people to agree on something is quite rare. And so
are people
credit
still
to him. He's a
talking about this
uniter.
guy, this creep?
He's a uniter. People. So yeah, there's a few other things. Right. This is probably the last important thing. I've seen this floating around. Wired, who did the initial reporting about the missing minute and 2 seconds, they did a follow-up article where they were able to dig further into the metadata.
3 minutes?
That's new information.
They were able to find through analysis that one of the source clips that made up the security footage that they released, that again they characterized as raw footage, one of the source clips was approximately 2 minutes and 53 seconds longer than the segment included in the final video.
You could kill someone and get out in 3 minutes.
Yeah,
At first we were like 1 minute's not enough.
1 minute seemed pretty fast.
3 minutes, you can do that.
I think they could possibly.
For sure. You could
suffocate a guy in 3 minutes.
Again, I wonder if you
Yeah.
followed this one point that they were, because at first they said it's 1 minute missing, and they said it's missing every day because that's their system, and that they were going to release it to show that it repeats every day. Were you following that?
I saw that statement. As far as I'm aware, that follow-up has not occurred yet.
What the hell? These guys suck at covering up this.
And I got to say, again, it's like, a lot of prisons are underfunded. Maybe their security system's really old and fucked up or whatever. But, I'm not I am pretty competent with AV, but I don't have security.
AV.
I know AV. I don't have a lot of experience with security cameras, so I couldn't personally speak on this. But since we talked about it on Monday, I've seen a lot of discussion online from people that do have experience, and this whole explanation that their system is just missing a minute every day.
Yeah, it sounded.
Most
so
people
stupid.
are like that.
I think
seems outrageous.
Yeah, it just uploads and then restarts.
I mean, I saw one person put it this way.
Also, it's a massive security flaw. You're telling me at the same time every day you just drop 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, let me do a crime then. Exactly at that moment.
They said 1 minute, but now it's new information that it was 3.
Yeah, well, and so to be clear, Wired points this out. There are plausible explanations for this. It is unclear what, if anything, was in the minutes cut from the first clip showed. It could have been overlap. It could, it could have just with the second clip or something. We don't actually know. But it was presented as being raw footage.
Mm-hmm.
It was missing a little over a minute. Now it turns out there might be up to 3 minutes missing from this footage.
If there's 3 minutes missing, then we got a conspiracy on our hands.
Yeah.
They've hit pay dirt.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, and I was not on board with that conspiracy at all, by the way, but now I'm changing my mind because I thought there was nothing there.
They made it worse.
But they made it worse.
They made it so much worse.
Way worse.
If we could go back and see James Charles falling down the stairs, there should be no excuse for Epstein footage missing.
True.
Well, the one comment that they put it this way, I saw somebody explain that they worked at a place that has security camera in the 90s, and the security camera recorded to a VHS tape, and they had an issue where every day when the tape ran out, it would have to rewind back to the beginning and then before it started recording again. It took about 20 seconds for that to happen. So they would have about a 20-second gap.
On VHS tapes.
And VHS tapes in 1990. So unless they are just on fucking ancient technology in this prison, which I guess
possible.
It's not possible. It could be the same security cameras from years and years ago.
I doubt it.